What is up, my dudes, and that one girl who wants to see me review that last bike and that whole lineup of stuff that I've been talking about? We're doing it, one girl, we're doing it. This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos are coming weekly. You ring that bell, you know when they drop. Let's get the other stuff out of the way. Want to save 10% on a Cardo communicator or save some money on some Beyond Rider gear or Kemimoto gear? Then you should definitely check my referral links down below. Want to support me and all my do-gooderness like these cool guys here? Boom! You should become part of the Brew Crew and join the coffee page down below. Want to know I'm asking you for money? Well, next to those 10,000 Amazon affiliate links that also go to a good cause is a link to a video explaining what I do with your money. Get it, got it, cool, let's move on. So the fun part about doing this intro is Dave has had to hear it probably about 10,000 times this weekend through the Cardo, and he is just up there like miming along to me. He is right in front of me as I go through it. He's probably reciting this in his sleep by now. Dave?
Oh yeah, actually, believe it or not, I know the sun is coming up. We actually never stopped riding. That's how good the gas mileage is on these Harleys.
So, yes, today I am on the Harley Road Glide CVO ST, and just a little bit of a spoiler alert, last night is when we were riding all the other bikes and it started getting too dark, so I couldn't continue filming. I've been on this bike for quite a while now. I was on it last night riding as well. This is probably the bike I've been riding the longest. This is the one I was looking forward to getting on the most, so I am excited. And I can tell you right out of the gate, on this video at least, this bike slaps. This thing is so good. The get up and go, the pickup is just nuts. I mean, this thing moves, it hauls, it's insane. It is comfortable, although I will say, in my previous videos I mentioned, these are some of the comfiest seats that I have felt that like Harley has put out from the factory. I'd still replace it. Mainly I want to sit back a little bit more, and I do think my Saddleman is more comfortable. But with that being said, seriously, this is a good stock seat. This bike is well balanced. It's great. The things that really would stop me from buying this bike are I wouldn't want to give up Android Auto, and I talked about this in a previous video just in case you're one of those people who hasn't watched all of them, but I know you have. Android Auto just isn't supporting motorcycles, at least currently, which is kind of weird, kind of sucks, I don't know, but yeah, that would kind of be a killer for me. And of course, my bike's paid off, so that's a huge advantage for my bike. But nonetheless, let's get rolling. We're going to go meet up with Jerry, Kemimoto, and Melissa's Motorcycle Adventure again. They have two of the other Harleys. Dave and I have these two. If you can't quite tell, Dave has the Street Glide CVO currently. Dave, what do you think of the Street Glide?
So even though it's a Street Glide, this thing is awesome. This thing moves. The seat is fairly comfortable. The other three bikes that I've ridden, this one's probably set up the best for me in terms of like height and stuff, right? The heads-up display, not heads-up display, but the display is awesome. Yeah, I mean, and also, like Ben already said, this thing is super balanced. Just backing this stuff out of the garage this morning it almost seemed effortlessly to get out for such a big bike. The heated grips on this thing, I played with that a little bit last night. Woo, they get toasty. So, it is awesome. It is really, really awesome. I'm going to echo the same sentiment as what Ben said. No Android Auto, CarPlay, whatever. That's kind of a bummer. And again, a couple things I'd change, but that's just more for me.
Yeah,
no, this is awesome. Thank you, Harley. This is badass.
There's always that stuff that you're going to customize. Let's be honest. We're Harley owners. When you buy a Harley, you don't want just a stock off the floor Harley. You're going to go and start putting aftermarket stuff on there and making it your own. We all know that. We get it. But this really is, off the floor, a good, solid bike. All right, let's get down the road a little bit more. Let's go meet up with our other friends. And yeah, we actually have to get these bikes back to Harley. We have to bring them back by 8 a.m. So we plan to do that. It is mad early right now. And then, you know, we're going to go do other Laconia stuff. That'll probably be in other videos. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to cut and edit this. So hang tight and find out. So a couple things I noticed, especially while riding the Road Glide and the Street Glide specifically, there are way more controls on these handlebars. It is like going from an old 80s Nintendo controller to like an Xbox One or something. Like, there's so much going on here. So much so that at first I had no idea where the high beam switch was, because it's literally in the front of the housing on this one. So from this seated angle, you don't even see it. Everything lights up at night, and it is crisp and clear. It looks great. One of the things I've actually dinged Harley before in the past was when you pull in the clutch, you don't know what gear you left off in. That is not the case anymore. When you pull in the clutch on this, it still tells you what gear the bike is in. And I think that's fantastic. I'm glad that Harley is finally doing that. This screen on both this bike and on the Street Glide is bright, clear, snappy, fairly intuitive actually. And I can say that because I had no idea how to work this screen when we went to take off originally. The nice folks at Harley gave me a quick tutorial, and it was more like, oh, hey, you can rearrange things this way and that way. And we kind of set up maps, and then I took off. So there was not a lot of detail in our discussion. However, during our rides, I've played with the screen a few times. This configuration is one of many you can have. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. You can customize it. The maps work great. The maps are a paid subscription, so I think you get them for free for the first year, but after that it's a paid thing. Don't quote me on that, look that up yourself, but I do believe that's what I read on it. Overall though, this is great. The only thing I haven't really been able to test fully is the stereo, because can't do Android Auto. But I did have the radio on earlier, and I also used the speakers for the GPS, and it was loud, bright, and clear. One of the other things I noticed is on the saddlebags, if you have like the Street Glide or the Road Glide CVO, you've got the speakers in the saddlebags, and the speakers actually lean in and point to you now, which is really nice and, you know, thought out. Normally, your speakers kind of point up, or they lean forward and point forward. These kind of lean forward and point in. Now let's be honest, when you're riding, saddlebag speakers aren't doing too much for you. I have saddlebag speakers, I crank them, I don't really hear them. But when you're in a parking lot, when you're driving low speeds, when you're at a red light, when you just want to annoy some people around you, saddlebag speakers are awesome. So yeah, that update I think is a really good one, and it was really thought out. So high five to you there as well, Harley. That's great. It really is. It's great. All right, guys, we are rolling back up to the raceway to bring these bikes back to Harley Davidson. When I say we, I mean I've got Dave behind me. I've got Jerry behind me. He is on the Lowrider ST currently. And I've got Melissa's Motorcycle Adventures taking up the rear, and she's on the Pan America. So, yeah, we're just going to enjoy the ride. I mean, honestly, this has been my favorite bike so far. The other ones, definitely fun. And as I said before, definitely tune in to Jerry at minimoto.com. I will link his channel check out Melissa's Motorcycle Adventures. I will link her channel as well and see their reviews, because they rode the same 4 bikes as well, and they're going to give you different perspectives than what I would do. But yeah, let's get further down the road. Let's get to our destination, and I will give you my final thoughts on all 4 bikes and tell you which one I would buy. Oh man, legit, these bikes have so much power to spare. It's not even funny. Dave and I, earlier this morning when we were on the highway, we needed to pass a truck. You hit the throttle and these things just go. There is no protest. There is no resistance. I mean, these things are just like, okay. This has been so fun, and honestly, if you have not ridden any of these new Harleys, you really should. Go visit your local Harley dealership, hop on one of these, and just take it for a test ride. There is a huge difference between this and the previous models.
All right, guys, so we finished up basically our 12, 16 hour or whatever adventure with these 4 bikes. So we have the Road Glide ST, we have the Street Glide CVO, we have the Road Glide CVO ST, and we have the Pan America CVO. First and foremost, thank you to Harley for basically giving me like $200,000 worth of bikes and saying, go have fun for the night with all these people we've never met that you're bringing along with you to ride them. We had a good time. We swapped up on all 4 of these. To me, each and every one has its pros and cons. So with this Lowrider ST, this does have the 131 in it, so that's not something you get off the floor. I mentioned it when I rode it, you're definitely more in like a bullfrog sort of position when you're sitting on it. This to me is more of a around town bar hopper, like just racing around, having fun sort of bike, and I dig that. It's cool. Like if I was doing something where I'm just around town, that would be the bike I'd get. It'd be great. Street Glide, I used to say that Indian did a better job making a Harley Batwing fairing than Harley did. That's not true anymore. I love this redesigned Batwing fairing, although I still wouldn't really do a Street Glide, though this is a comfortable bike, and I really like how the directionals are integrated into that. This is just good. This is a great bike and it's comfy. This Street Glide, this Road Glide, sorry, just came off the Street Glide. This Road Glide CVO ST, this is fun. This thing has power for days. It just goes. The suspension's a little bit stiffer. You don't have the rear pegs, so you're not taking a passenger on this thing. This is just meant to ride aggressive and have a good time with, and I appreciate that. Probably not something I would buy though, just because of the limitations of what that bike has versus how I ride and how I like to go distances and all that fun stuff. You've got the Pan America CVO as well. This is a great bike. It was comfy. It was a little odd to me at first because, like I said, the pegs are pretty much rear set on this, so that definitely threw me off. Once I started riding it a little bit more, it definitely reminded me of my old like Ninja and sport bike days, so that was cool. Still probably something I wouldn't quite buy. So I did say I would tell you which bike I would buy, and that's going to come down to none of these. What I would actually buy though, if I needed a bike right now, would be the Harley Road Glide CVO. And I'll tell you why. This setup right here is great. And I love the fact that it has the bag speakers. You can take a passenger if you want. You've got the inverted shocks up front. You've got the heated grips. Like, this is meant to go on long rides. I would just want the fixed sharp nose fairing. That is the big difference between those two bikes and between my choice. So I would get this in a Road Glide version. This is awesome. Again, Harley, you did an amazing job. These upgrades are fantastic. And once again, thank you guys so much for handing these to me and trusting that we went crash them, steal them, or run away with them. That's the best. So thank you guys. Thank you to everyone that came and rode with me. Melissa, Dave, Jerry, Melissa's husband, Alex. I remembered his name this time. And Doug, Jerry's friend. It was a great weekend, and we're going to get out of here. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Share this video with friends. Share it with family. Share it with that one dude you know who's like, oh, that guy never says anything nice about Harleys. Right here, man. Buy a Harley. He loves this stuff, trust me. I'll see you all on the flip side.